Hi, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to my channel. My name is Juliana Childs. I am a revert to Islam. I'm 17 years old, and I will be telling you the 5 things that I wish I knew before becoming Muslim. So these 5 things, let me know if you want to make a part 2, because there's definitely more. It's just the first things that I thought of, and I didn't want to make this video too long. So here you go. Number 1, this is very, very important. Separate Islam from Muslims, okay? When you're like a revert and you're learning about Islam and you start to pray and do things like this, you're gonna see a lot of like Muslims on the internet and things like this who are not doing what they're supposed to do, like what you know. Like, you're gonna learn a lot of things that are very good and you're gonna practice them, but then you're gonna see other Muslims who don't do the same. So and some examples would be like haram dating and how it's like so normalized today, and you're gonna learn that, oh, you can't date in Islam, right? Obviously, you can halal date, which is very different, but you're gonna see like a lot of people who are like haram dating, and you'll be like, oh, that must be permissible since like real Muslims, I'm saying that in air quotes because they're born Muslims. Like, sometimes you think, oh, I'm not a real Muslim because I'm a revert, but you're a real Muslim, okay? And you're gonna do things that are sometimes even better than what born Muslims will do, and that's because you're new to the religion and you're gonna try to do the best that you can, but at the same time know that there's room for error, and you're new to this. You're literally like a baby in this religion. Also, another thing I would like to say is that I was like so heartbroken when I heard a girl who I go like to pray with, and she asked if like one of the girls asked her like who she wanted to marry in the future or something, and then they started talking about like ethnicity, and her friend was like, this girl is Yemeni, so her friend was like, would your parent let you marry a Sudani or something? And then she was like, maybe, like, I don't know if like, she was like, yeah, probably, but they would definitely have to speak Arabic or things like this, or like sometimes, or she would be like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna marry outside of my culture, I don't want to marry blah blah blah. And I was like, oh my gosh. And yeah, that's okay, that's totally her preference, but she was saying like how her parents wouldn't let her marry outside of her culture. Or no, I'm sorry, I feel like this is really bad propaganda for Yemenis, because I feel like they get a bad rap, but this is, I promise you, this is not the same for all of them, and I've met so many that are not like this at all. It's just that, I don't know, she was very young, so it's like this mindset that, oh, you gotta marry somebody from your culture, but literally in Islam, the Prophet Muhammad said he married people from outside of his culture, and yeah, and I don't know, and like to say, like, it really like broke my heart when she said, and they have to know Arabic, because now I'm thinking like if I would have a spouse in the future and I don't know Arabic, like I feel like nobody's gonna want to marry me, but like I promise, it's gonna be okay, I promise. But I'm just saying, that's not Islam. Moving on, this kind of connects. Muslims do not know Arabic. Okay, I'm not saying like there are Muslims who do know Arabic, okay? But majority of Muslims don't know Arabic. And this is because the majority of Muslims come from a non-Arabic speaking country. When you come to Islam, you're gonna meet like a bunch of Arabs or something, I don't know, maybe. And like when I came to Islam, my first friend in Islam, my first person like who I talked to, she's Sudani, so she spoke Arabic. Then I met like other people, like Yemeni people, and they spoke Arabic as well. So you're gonna, if you live in like an area where there's like a lot of Arabs or something, or if you have a lot of Muslim friends who do speak Arabic, you're gonna probably think, oh my gosh. And because of the media, they say that only Muslims live in Arab countries, but the country with the most Muslims is India, and then second to that I think it's like Indonesia, and then third, maybe Bangladesh or something, and then third or fourth, I don't remember, but it's Egypt, and then it goes back to like non-Arabic speaking countries. So like Islam is not a religion that is just for Arabs. Like, you need like understand that. And even the Arabs who do speak Arabic, of course, a lot of them don't know Quranic Arabic. So if they speak Arabic just to get by, to talk to their family, but they're not going to completely understand the Arabic that comes in the Quran, the Arabic about the religion. Islam is a universal religion, but it comes down to one language because that's what the Quran was preserved in. We're not going to preserve it in English if we don't have the same, translations, because you literally can't translate English to Arabic properly. So that's why it's preserved in the Quran in Arabic. This is like old Arabic, or Quranic Arabic is much different than the Arabic that people use day by day. So that's why I'm saying like some Muslims don't know Arabic, because even if they do know Arabic, they don't know Quranic Arabic. Of course, a lot of people go to Quran school, an Arabic Quran school, to learn the Quranic Arabic. So, but I'm just saying, for the record, if you don't speak Arabic, that's okay, because most Muslims in the world don't speak Arabic or come from Arabic speaking countries. Okay, this is like kind of a small one, but it was like a big part for me because when I became Muslim, it was like around Ramadan time. So the fasting time is not what people always say. So I always had in my head, oh, it's sun up to sundown. I'm gonna make this clear. It's not sun up to sundown. If you hear it in a video, oh, Muslims have sun up to sundown, they're freaking lying. And I don't know why they're lying. Can they just say from Fajr to Maghrib? And you're probably like, oh, well, it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. Your fast literally doesn't count if you eat after Fajr. And Fajr is before the sun rises. If you look it up, the sun rises at like 6 o'clock, something like that. And Fajr is at like 5:30 or something like that. Like, or if Fajr is at like 3:30 or something, like if it's a crazy time and then the sun rises at like 4 or 5. Your fast is not going to count if you eat after Fajr. So make sure you know the times. So it's Fajr to Maghrib. Maghrib is usually, I'm pretty sure it's when the sun sets, so you're good on that. But Fajr is before the sun rises, so make sure you know when Fajr is, when Maghrib is, so you can break your fast and have a permissible fast, I guess. Because that was like, I mean, I didn't make that mistake a lot of times, but I definitely made it the first day I fasted because I was like so confused. And then I was like, I don't know how I learned it, but I think it was like the second day I got better, or the third day, I don't remember. But whew, just know that, because I don't know why people keep saying it's sun up to sundown, because literally not. Anyway, okay, this one is a bit of a crazy one. Shia and Sunni. Okay, so Islam has technically 2 denominations. So denominations is like sectors of religion. Like if you're a Christian, there's so many. There's like over like 14,000 denominations of Christianity. Like, for example, like Catholicism is the biggest denomination of Christianity. And the problem with Catholicism and Christianity is that there are a lot of Catholics who do not call themselves Christians, which is crazy because they literally fit the definition of a Christian, but they're not going to call themselves Christian because they think they're like, oh, something different. I'm not saying this is all Catholics, because I come from a Catholic family and we were definitely not like that. But I did have like Catholic friends who were like, I'm not Christian, I'm Catholic. And I'd be like, girl, don't play with me. That's the same thing a lot of the times. So, but there are also a lot of Christians who do not like Catholics, and then there are a lot of Catholics who do not like Christians. So yeah, and but there's so many denominations of Christianity, it's crazy. But in Islam, there's Sunnis and there's Shias. Sunnis represent like the majority of Muslims. Shias are very small, and they come from, and it's a very, very small like sector, but you are gonna encounter Shias. It's like inevitable. But I know a lot of like Muslims who've been Muslims their whole life, and they don't know any Shias. But I knew a Shia like the first few times I went to go pray, because when I was at school, there's a Shia at my school. She was at my school. She left my school, but like it was crazy because like Shias are very like a small percent of Islam. So when like I'm a new Muslim and I met a Shia right off the jump, that was crazy. Don't think that Shias and Sunnis are different, because it's actually crazy. It's again separating Muslims from Islam, because there are so many Sunnis who hate Shias for no freaking reason, and there's so many Shias who hate Sunnis for no reason at all. Literally, we're all Muslim, and that is, we all believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam was the last final prophet and messenger. We could take the same shahada. Like, I don't understand what the difference is. And yes, there are differences. I'm not going to say that there's not, but they're not crazy. They're not like completely different in beliefs wise. Like Catholicism and Christianity have really very different beliefs. Like Catholics celebrate Lent, Christians do not celebrate Lent, but Shias celebrate Ramadan and Sunnis celebrate Ramadan. Okay, there's certain differences how they fast. Like Shias fast a little bit longer than Sunnis, but they still fast. They still like, you know, celebrate it in the same way we do. Still celebrate at the same time, everything like that. So just know, if you meet a Shia and you meet like, please like treat them with respect, because they are literally Muslims. We're all Muslims, one ummah. Just know that there are technically 2 denominations of Islam, but that doesn't really count because we're all Muslims. Like, there's not supposed to be denominations of Islam, but people are gonna say, oh, we're different. Oh, they're not Muslims. We're literally all Muslims. So keep that in mind. And please do your research, do your own research on Shias, because I'm not going to get into this in this video. Moving on. The last point I would like to get into, and then I'm going to end this video, is how accepting the community can be. Ending off on a good note, because I've said a lot of harsh things. When I first like reverted, I was very scared to approach a Muslim. I don't know why, but it was just like, I was like approaching a hijabi, and I was not hijabi at the time. So I was like, oh my gosh, what's she gonna think? I don't know, I had I think these things in my head. I hate it. And I see this a lot of times when there's like some girls in my school who are hijabis, and they don't really talk to anybody else, but I promise you they're like the nicest, sweetest girls in the world. Like You can just go up to them and talk to them and they'll be just fine. Like, I don't know why people are so scared of Muslims and like scared of talking to Muslims. But I asked this girl to pray with her because I was like, it was like Ramadan and I was just like learning about Islam. So I went to go up to her and ask her if I could pray with her, and she was like so excited and happy, and she's like, yes, oh my gosh, of course. And then later, like when I wanted to take my shahada, I did not have like a ride to the masjid because I asked my parents. They were like, no, we're not driving you there, heck no. So I asked this girl and she like went out of her way. I don't live near her, but she came and picked me up. Like, she lives like next to the masjid and I live like 20 minutes away from the masjid, and she came all the way to my house and all the way back and picked me up. And the same thing happened a few times. I've only been to like Tarwiyah a few times because I don't have like a ride because I'm not allowed to go. But one time I was there and mom was like, you need to be home right now. And then I was like, I don't know what to do, I don't have a ride home. Like how was I supposed to get home if she's not gonna drive me home? And this girl was like, don't worry, I'll take you. So like it was like after Tarwiyah activities and like they were having fun and stuff, and then she was like, no, I'm gonna take you home, let's go. So anyway, but at the same time, they're literally getting good deeds for this. So if you're scared and you're a Muslim, if you're a revert and you're scared of asking a Muslim for like help on something, or like, yeah, things like this, or different things, like if you need a ride to the masjid, they're literally getting good deeds if they say yes and do so. So please do not be scared. Ask a local Muslim. It's kind of like it's a little bit sad. It's discouraging when you're a revert. Like, I've definitely experienced this myself. When you're a revert and there are Muslims around you and they don't like offer to do things for you, like offer to, like, I don't know, but at the same time you need to go out and ask yourself. I don't have that many Muslim friends, and it's a bit discouraging because, you know, when you don't have Muslims around you, like none of my family is Muslim, I don't have Muslim friends, so you don't have Muslims around you, and I can't go to Tarwiyah, like I can't go to the mosque. So it's really discouraging, especially during this time in Ramadan, that you don't have people to be there with you to help you with your deen. And it can be very, very hard. So I'm not gonna say it's not hard being a revert, and that every Muslim is like has the best intentions or things like that, but if you ask them, they certainly will oblige and certainly will help you out. And this is like something that I had to get used to, was like speaking up, asking for help, and it definitely worked out most of the times that I did ask. So go ask a Muslim for help. Go ask a Muslim for if you need a ride to Tarwiyah. They literally most of the time will say yes, and if they don't, they might even pay for your Uber. Like, every single time I go to coffee with my Muslim friend, she pays for my matcha every single time, and I'm like, girl, no, I literally brought money. And she literally like, Muslims are beautiful people, amazing people, and I feel so horrible when they get like the media just like hates on them for no freaking reason. Like, bro, pick up a freaking book, go talk to a Muslim, because I swear you probably never talked to a Muslim in your life. Anyways, alhamdulillah, Allahumma barik, Ramadan Kareem. See you later.